Hi, this is Krista at The Secret Yarnery. Welcome to our crochet vlog, episode 19. A lot of fun things in store for today. The usual, my whips, finished objects. We'll go back to the whips, and I'm going to be answering questions as I've written down, so hopefully I won't forget. But let's start by introducing you to the birds so I can make them quieter. So, this is Uchi. He's my African gray. He is a smudge older than my 4-year-old, so he's like 4.5 probably. Hi, Uch. Hello. He does kissing sounds. And he calls us stuff. He only wants to talk like men. He won't talk like me. Right, Ooch? You want cuddles? You want cuddles, Ooch? Yeah, Ooch. Hi. Hi, Ooch. Oh, so pretty. He's so pretty. I love you too. So he calls the staff, and he can growl like the dog. He can scream like my puppy. He can scream like a puppy getting attacked. He only did it once, but that was like really loud. And these are that's my cockatiel, and that is my budgie. They were roommates at the pet store. So, oh hi, Ooch. So they are together, and the budgie rules the roost. So he's already eaten, so now he's letting the cockatiel eat. Right? So the blue one is Grills, and the yellow one is Spikes, or Spike. The kids named them, so Spike and Grills. Anyway, there's Uchi. There's Spike and Grills. Now I will cover them up so we can do our little chat. Okay, that's done. Uchi is out hanging out in the dining room, and Spike and Grills are covered. So that should buy us about 20 minutes, I hope. Okay, so, oh, we can do finished objects. I haven't shown you this beauty. Let me show you that. So this, a long story, but I wanted it to be this. And it was back before I had an actual yarnery. So these were all the colors that I had that weren't like a primary color. And I thought it would match a lot of things and be neutral. Little did I know, wow, edit yourself, it's crazy. And my granny square wasn't that good. I didn't know how to do the increases, like I did it like the pattern. Someone else's pattern, not my pattern. So the it ended up kind of being like a star. Like there was just too many increases in each corner. Like 2 increases and into the first stitch for every corner, for every round. No. Anyway, ended up being this weird big granny square in my box of fails. Obviously taking up a lot of space in my box of fails. So, and then I saw that, you know how you can do the cardigan out of your granny square? And I was like, let me see if I could like at least salvage the fail. So I did it just to try making it, like just to try the pattern out or the concept of it. And it worked. And now I have a really ugly cardigan. But it's really cozy. So I wear it. And just like, you know, not in a bad way, but warm. And I did that clothing purge thing. What's her name? You know her name. The Japanese lady who's like, if you love it, keep it. If you don't love it, let it go. Thank it for being with you. Anyway, I did it like throughout all my wardrobe. Apparently, don't like my wardrobe. So threw everything out and have like 2 long sleeve shirts. Which is, you know, and I'm like, you know, it's fine. But I end up wearing like my tank tops, which I do like, and like something crocheted over top. So this is getting a lot of use, and technically I have like this dress that looks good underneath it. Like it looks like I really tried, and this match, like it's very cool, like tattooy cool. Like not, anyway, that happened once. Now I also want to show you the temperature. I got my grow egg. Let me take you over there. I got my grow egg from when my firstborn, you know you get everything for your firstborn. So I got the grow egg from England, and it gives you the proper temperature. See, it's freezing, 22.9. Gosh, I'm dying. And it changes color, so orange is good, and yellow is too cold, and red is too hot. So I moved that into here, so we know the temperature, 22.9. And it's early in the morning, 9 o'clock. So it'll probably go up to 24 and a half, 25. It won't go 25, maybe. Anyway, we'll see. So, finished object. Not in love with it, but wear it. Also thinking of maybe doing a cal for this. Well, everybody knows how to use it. I mean, not everybody knows how to make it. But if that would be interesting to you, or you want to do that with me, let me know. And next, it's not a finished object, but part 3 of the cal is finished, which is this beauty. Da, da, da. But I don't know. I think it might be too small. But that, I don't know. Anyway, last night I was like, oh no, it's too small. I'll show you. See? Like it comes just to the elbow. And I know I have the trim to go, but do I need one more round, like one more rotation? What do you think? Oh, I don't know. So that's my whip. I think it'll be all right. Last night I was a bit discouraged, not discouraged, but like, oh my gosh, I have to do another repeat because it looks like it's just too bloody short. But maybe it's not so bad. I'm just going to do the edging. Anyway, I have all the yarn ready to go for that, obviously. And that's on my list of things to do. I just finished this last rotation, or last repeat, last night, or yesterday afternoon. And then I stopped because I wanted to show you. Plus I have to film the border, so I have to wait for my kids to be at school. And they've been home, all of them sick, and then 2 of them sick, and now today they're at school. Yay! So that is one of my whips. And this other one, let me find where I'm stitching it. There we go. Is my blanket. Just about finished it. Well, I have some balls left, but not many. This one is getting done. So this should be ready, well, within a week or so, depending on my cal. So this is what I do when it's cold. Or when I can't film what I need to film on my cal, then I come and do this. Loving that. Love it. So, I have my tea, actually. Apple and cinnamon. So I thought, it's the tea I'm giving away. I thought I better try it before I give it away. I mean, I know I love the brand. I love the regular black tea. So I thought I better try the herbals before I send it all over the world. Apple's pretty good. I tried the peach, but I'm not like a flavored tea girl. I don't know, but I think it'll be really good for iced tea. So I'm going to do iced tea, but it hasn't been warm. It's obviously 22.9, freezing, so I'm not really in an iced tea mood. So that's my tea, delicious. That one's actually good, to be honest with you. And the giveaway, our nice winner, Dixie. I have your package ready to go. Was going to be shipping it on Monday, courier company, blah, 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 because I'm sending tea. from the grocery store, packaged, sealed, blah, blah. They're like, oh, you know, we need an x-ray, you need a phyto, I need some sort of farm certificate, like I'm shipping a plant. I'm like, you don't understand, it's tea bags. So I'm gonna do that from the post office. Have to go to the post office. Sick kids, haven't left the house again. So when I leave the house, this bad boy is going in the mail. Along with these lucky runners-up. So, can't wait to do that. Have to leave the house. Apparently. April's Cal. I'm thinking we should do a giveaway every month and we should do a Cal every month. What do you think about that? Crazy idea or something fun to do? I think it's kind of fun to do. Kind of like half Cal, half tutorial. I mean, I'll walk you through how to do it. Because, you know what I mean. I think that's nicer. So I'm thinking for April, we will do the Sunburst Pillow crochet along. So making the granny squares maybe 1 week and then joining them and then making the back and then joining the pillow. But we'll have to do it a bit more often because, you know what I mean. How long do you think we should drag out this Cal? Because 2 weeks to put the edge on the shawl I think is a bit too long. Some people are already done, not mentioning names. Wow. I mean, that's great, don't get me wrong. But like, you know, I don't know. It's hard to pace it out. So what kind of pace would you put on Sunburst Granny Square Crochet Along Pillow? I don't know. Want to do that. And what else? I guess we just jump into questions. So, oh no, I haven't thanked my people. My people. So I would like to I thank 5 people every week. Yeah. And I just want to thank people who have taken the time and commented below, introduce themselves, where they're from, what's on their hook, just taking the time to do that, because I feel like, for me, I feel shy, that's a big step for me. So I appreciate people doing that because I know how I feel. I've just introduced myself to other people this week and I'm all like, oh my gosh, I feel awkward, which is weird. You wouldn't think that, right? So if I feel awkward, I'm assuming other people would feel awkward too, and I appreciate you doing that. I like to get to know you, so thank you. So this week I would like to thank Sonia and Sherry, Jean, Diane. Surprised I haven't thanked you earlier, Diane. Don't know what's up with that. And vlog of the week. So this past week I have found, I'm so enjoying it. Her name is Z, and her crochet channel or crochet vlog is called Zelda NRJ3. And she is just such a hoot. I just totally enjoy it. I need a playlist of just the videos just to go through, because it's I just laugh. It's so funny. So big shout out to Z. Love your channel. And if anybody else looking for other content, other crochet content, go and check her out. She goes to yarn shops. She shows you what she's making. Really, really great. Really gorgeous lady. Really nice person from, YouTube. So check her out if you are interested. And on to questions, I guess. If you have any questions that you would like to know about, leave them in the comments below. Questions I've already had, or people have already asked, is how I came to Kenya. So for those of you who haven't watched the whole thing, I was born in Saskatchewan and then lived in Alberta, lived in Jasper for part of my elementary, and then moved to White Rock, which is a suburb of Vancouver, for my high school, and then I moved around the Lower Mainland for my adult life. And then my sister was traveling in Japan, met a cute guy. He was Kenyan. She came here. She was living here for 5 years. They were having their first baby. I came to help her out or bring stuff from Canada and loved the place. So obviously the weather's fantastic. And I even came in rainy season, which I came in April, came in March. So almost like this time of year, which is obviously I feel now is cold. Then I thought it was great. It was a bit warmer, a couple degrees. Well, you know, this storm, our weather's messed up, but it was about 25 degrees, 26 degrees. I loved it. And would go to get like my cup of tea in the morning because Kenyans drink tea much more than coffee. Went to go get my tea and went to go back to bed, and my bed was made. And I was like, I was going to hop into bed with my tea, like read a book, write a journal, and my bed was made. I was like, oh my gosh. It was like a dilemma. What do? You mess up your bed? You like hop into the sheets? You can't, right? So you have to like sit on top and like flip I don't know. It was like, I've never faced that problem before. Like you would never think that, right? Like that's not a dilemma you face in normal life. Then I went to go shopping. I went to find my shoes, couldn't find my shoes. Because like, you know where you left them. You're like, I left my shoes in the corner of this room, blah, blah, blah. Couldn't find my shoes. They were washed and put back in the closet. It took me like half an hour. I was like, oh, my shoes are put away. That's insane. Washed and put away. Or polished or whatever. Well, you know, like cleaned. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm like, this place, like obviously it's good. Then I went to Yarnery, the coast. That's when I was like this place is great. Like it is so good. I'll do anything. Like I'm just gonna go home, work really hard for a year. I was an accountant in a glass company at the time. Worked really hard for a year, put all my stuff into storage, bought my plane ticket and came back. Went on, I knew of him. I guess he'd walked past me once before. Like I knew he was cute, but I hadn't spoken to him. Did I say anything the first time? I think I said hi, or like hello, something like that. But basically, I thought he was far too cute. So dismissed him. And then the next year when I was back for my 1-year holiday, got set up on a date with this guy. Turns out we were married 10 months later. Love him to bits, super great guy. Obviously is okay with yarn. Very supportive of anything I do. Like literally just wants me to be happy. Period. I can manage that. So yeah, that's like 15, it's our 15-year anniversary this year. I think. We have to count it out. But my son, he's like, oh no, he did the math. He's like, yeah, it's 15 years this year. Good. Love it. I haven't been back to North America in a long time. Well, I haven't been back to Vancouver since 2004. And the last time I went to North America, I went to Chicago and Lake Forest. Hi, Yor! And that was 2008. A long time ago. Anyway, I've been here forever. Happily. So, that's that question. That's how I came to Kenya. US dollars to Kenyan shillings. So Kenyan shillings, although I wish I paid attention this week and got a nice fresh bill, but this is Kenyan shillings. That is 1,000 shillings, which is equivalent to $10. So easy math. Drop a zero, or drop a couple zeros, or turn it into pennies. So 10,000 pennies. It used to be 80 or like 76 shillings for $1, but the shilling has gotten worse. So now it's 100, which hurt my feelings for quite a long time. You know, shopping on Amazon and everything, but now it's easy for math, you know what I mean? Just like not put a decimal in there, you're good to go. So those are Kenyan shillings. This is the largest note, by the way, it's $10. So there's like a $5, a $2, a $1, and then 20 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, 1 cent, but shillings. But generally, how we do it is we use M-Pesa. M-Pesa is a mobile phone banking platform, which Kenya's had forever. They were actually the creators of it. Would you even think that? No. Anyway, so you load money onto your phone. There's like, you have like, it's an app and you have a password, and then you just literally pay anything from your phone. You don't carry cash. You get like you can get a statement like emailed to you every month or by SMS or whatever it is. So you can pay literally everything here. Every company has like a till number, like a cash register number, or if you have a bill to pay, like your electricity or your water, or what else do we pay? Netflix. I'm trying to think of my bills. I don't know. Anyway, you could also just pay, you have a pay bill number, which means that's like a company number, and then you pay the company with your account number. So anything where you don't need an account number, grocery stores, petrol stations, those are the main ones, I suppose. You just, there's like a cash register number, and then if you have an account and you want to put something specifically on your account, then there is a pay bill number. So it's just it's the same app, different numbers, easy peasy. You don't carry cash. It costs like 20 cents or something for the transaction fee. You can send money from one person to another person. You can pay your salaries, like if you have to pay your staff, because there's obviously a record that everybody's been paid. It's undisputable. Anyway, it's just genius. It's really, really a good platform. So that's great. Rent in Kenya used to be worse, used to be much more expensive than it is, because we have the headquarters for UN, United Nations of Africa is here, and obviously, we have big headquarters for embassies. It's like a hub for Africa. So there's a lot of expats, and there's a lot of security requirements that they have. Proper fence, blah, 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 which some places have, some places don't have. If you do have proper security, generally the landlords will charge a lot for the property. Although it has come down in the last couple years. Oh, because the UN, if you were working anywhere in East Africa, so Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Somalia, Sudan, you would have your family living in like a big 5-bedroom house on half an acre in Nairobi, going to school here, and then you would be working in whatever country you were working in, one of the neighboring countries, and then you'd fly home whenever you wanted to fly home. And because that is not cost effective, they changed that about 2 or 3 years ago, so that wherever country you're working in, that is where your family, they'll pay for your family to live in that country. So that pulled out a lot of, or emptied up a lot of these 5-bedroom houses, because they weren't free anymore. Like the UN wasn't paying for them. So, or such is my understanding. So housing prices have come down. So I checked out a website. I'll put it up on the side here. You can see proper pictures. So this one, let's start with the kind of gross one. So this house is 300,000 shillings a month for rent, which is $3,000 a month. 5 bedrooms, 2 ensuite bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, garden, dining room, family room, living room, balcony, built-in cupboards, that means closets, shower, breakfast nook, and a water tank. So if they're listing water tank, that it's probably not going to be that good. So you can see on the inside, it's got a lot of that dark wood, and it's got a lot of that crazy wooden ceiling. Crazy wooden ceiling here is very popular. I don't know. I guess it's more expensive to build it. So people are really proud that they have a wooden ceiling. I'm not a fan at all. I think it's really, really gross. Some landlords will let you paint over it, but that's the lower end of the spectrum. And the house is on half an acre. This is more appropriate. So this is $4,000 a month. 5 bedrooms, all en suite. Garden, dining room, family room, living room, laundry, balcony, fireplace, cupboards, obviously, walk-in closets, shower, granite countertops, center island extractor fan, oven, cooker, pantry, obviously. Anyway, this is also on 1/2 acre, and you can kind of see it's a bit more appropriate. Two-car garage, staff accommodation for 3, 5 minutes from the UN. So that one is that's a new house. You can kind of see there's no plants. That's a bad thing about a new house, is like they don't leave the trees. They don't think about that. But there is really fast growing trees. You can have trees in about a year that flower. Awesome. So that's that one. Then there's this other one, kind of middle of the road. It's not in Runda, but I thought I'd just show it to you anyway. It's a 3-bedroom apartment, and this is on the higher side. There's much cheaper apartments, but I thought it was cute. So it's a 3-bedroom, all ensuite, 4 bathrooms, country living, double-story garden, alarm, dining room, living room, guest bathroom, laundry, enclosed balcony, cupboards, open plan kitchen, granite countertops, breakfast nook, center island, extractor fan, and hob. But this one's really cute. This one is $3,200 a month, but it's a really cute little apartment. Not in my neighborhood. It's the other way, like closer to civilization, restaurants, blah, blah, like the other side of the UN and all that. So that is rental properties here. You can get regular apartments for like $800, kind of dodgy. Average, I would say about $100 for $1,000 a month. You can get something sensible. $130, you probably have a penthouse. So, okay, back to my notes. Electricity is quite expensive here. It's quite comparable to what you would pay in North America, except you're not heating your house. So like drying a load of laundry in the dryer is about $5, just for like turning your dryer on for like an hour. Other side of the coin, you don't have to use a dryer. It is literally, you can dry your clothes outside every single day of the year, minus the 4 or 5 days a year that it's raining, which you can still dry your clothes outside. You just have to have a covered area. So, or you can dry them inside. So that's avoidable. So electricity's, yeah, it's about the same price, long and short of it. Water, I'm not sure. I haven't seen a water bill for a long time. I know the water for the orphanage, because I did pay that one, was not much, like $5 or $10 a month. Say $10, or maybe 15, because doing a lot of laundry with those babies, I tell you. So the water's pretty cheap. Water's not expensive. What else? I think that's it for my list. So if you have any questions that you'd like to know about Kenya, leave them in the comments below. I'll make a list for next week. Out and about adventures. Oh, speaking of out and about adventures, back to finished objects. So scatterbrained. So I was teaching those sweet kids on Friday, the 11, 12-year-old kind of group, pictures. So that was super fun. But the night before, I realized I had nothing to teach them. How I normally start my lessons is just doing the chain, and I have my students doing the chain until their stitches are the same for like, a few inches. And then I have them going back and forth doing single crochet, and then when they're bored with that, or comfortable doing it, not bored, but comfortable, then doing the half double, the double, blah, 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 progressing with your stitches. Usually like, 15 or 20 stitches, so they don't have to turn too often. Then, but turning and like recognizing your first stitch, like that's a whole other thing. Chaining up, and that just causes, like finding your first stitch and finding your last stitch, it can be stressful when you are starting out. So to get rid of that entire factor, like all I want those kids to do is stitch, like do your stitch. So made this fabulous, well, it's not fabulous, but It's a really good beginner project of, what are we calling it? Easy Stitch Sampler Cowl. So it's one ball of yarn, and you just keep going until you're finished with your ball of yarn. I just did mine with double crochet because, you know, it was late at night already and I was leaving the next morning to teach them and had to write the pattern and everything. So that is going to be, although the stitches will look different, our first project for our Crochet Basics series. So I have to make one of those, film that next week, within a couple weeks. But how good is that going to be? What a good project. And then to step down, like to finish it off, you just graduate your stitches down, the slopey bit, and you're finished. No joining, no chaining up, no turning your work. So I thought that was pretty good. And while I was there, went to the gift shop because it's cool like that. And I did a little video, so I'll put that at the end for those interested. But you wouldn't believe all the crochet stuff in there. Like when you're actually looking around, there's probably like there's so many crochet bits. So I'll put that at the end. But I did pick this beauty up. I mean, it's pretty wild and crazy, but how Kenya is that? So it's like a nice basket with a crocheted edge and leather handles. So I thought that was really cute. Support a local crochet artist. So this is going for our April giveaway. Things are going to go inside there. Not April yet. We're still doing the March giveaway. So coming up. So pick that up. The rest is at the end of the video. What else did I want to tell you? I guess that's about it. Whatever you want to, what tutorials you'd like to learn, we're getting a really good list of things to do. Reverse single crochet, front post double crochet, back post double crochet. Things that you find are tricky. Tension, how do you do the right tension? I know there's some people teaching their grandkids, so it's always easier to listen to somebody else than it is your parents, your grandparents. So working on those things, but if there's anything you would like to do, let me know. Also thinking of our future Cal ideas. Obviously I want to do the pillow, also thinking about other things you guys want to do together. Apparently, I was listening to Melody Crochet, and even her husband knows that all Cals are shawls. So we can't do a shawl, we have to do something different. I don't even know. I'm so out of the Cal world. So anyway, let me know what you guys want to do. Until then, I'm going to keep on finishing my Scraptastic blanket and getting a bunch of things filmed so we can keep crocheting together. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share, and stay hooked. This is a gift shop. Beaded sandals, those are awesome. Fabrics. Bigger ones. Handbags. Keychain mania. Wow, this is a hot spot. Hair ties, I think. Hair clips. I don't know. Oh, no, keychains. Oh, wow, these are good. I guess I know where I'm coming next time. Beaded bowls. Candlesticks. Hmm? Yeah, those are cute. Was that what it is? Are you sure? Oh, neat. That is adorable. Noah's Ark. Oh, a proper Noah's Ark.
Actually, picture frames. I bought 2 frames.
Oh, I love these pianos. Flattened nails. I love those things. Oh, there's the Noah's Ark. Those are awesome. Love those things. Oh, good price too. Love it here. Drum. Where else is there? Earrings. More earrings.
It's nice for passport.
Tis. One more row.
Did you see the basket with the crochet?
Trim?
Yeah.
I'll have to check. I saw it once before, but not lately. Oh, the necessities back here. Tea, coffee, everything you need. It's a pretty slamming gift shop, actually. Oh, those are cute. The little animals having tea. Oh, that's adorable. Bigger animals having tea. And some clothes. And that's it. Check it out. Crochet in Nairobi. Not from me. How cool is that? Let's look at it. Oh, I love it. Look, they just put it around the edge. Isn't that clever? That's adorable. Love it. That's gonna go in our next giveaway. Oh, oh, oh. Hope you're lucky. And this beauty's crochet too. It's kind of scratchy out of, can you see what that stuff is? Like cording, sparkle cording with a zipper lining. Neat. Oh. What did you find there, Deborah?
Beading, crochet, leather straps.
Fancy town. Hexagons even. Oh, another one on that side. Look what's going on in here. Fan stitch. Look at that beauty. Oops. That's what happens.
Dress me up.
Adorb. That one's cool. I like that cording a lot better. Neato.